Listen, Keir Starmer just got handed what Andrew Neil's calling his political death certificate, and the execution date's been set for February 26th. The veteran broadcasters basically declared this government dead on arrival, warning that if Labour loses the Gorton and Denton by-election in 3 weeks, that'll be the final nail in the coffin for Starmer's already catastrophic premiership. And what's triggered this unprecedented prediction? The Lord Mandelson scandal that's turned into an absolute masterclass in how to destroy what's left of your credibility. Hit subscribe if you want the daily dose of political chaos delivered with actual analysis, because this car crash is accelerating. Let me fill you in on what's been happening. Starmer appointed Peter Mandelson, yes, that Mandelson, the architect of new Labour spin, as ambassador to the United States. Controversial enough on its own, but here's where it gets properly toxic. Morgan McSweeney, Starmer's chief of staff, pushed hard for Mandelson's appointment. Meanwhile, Starmer personally blocked Andy Burnham, the popular Greater Manchester mayor, from running in the Gorton and Denton by-election. Think about that for a second. He chose a 71-year-old relic of the Blair era for Washington but stopped the local favourite from representing his own community. According to the Times radio host, Labour MPs are already muttering ruefully about this exact contradiction. And before we go any further, let's be real for a second. This isn't just another political misstep. We're talking about a Prime Minister so politically tone-deaf that he's managed to unite his own MPs in fury whilst handing Reform UK the perfect by-election ammunition. It's like hiring a builder who demolishes your house then acts shocked when you're not pleased with the renovation. But here's where the rubber meets the road. Some Labour ministers are now desperately urging Starmer to sack McSweeney tonight to save his premiership. But Neil's having none of it. I think Starmer's plight is way beyond being turned round by making McSweeney the sacrificial lamb. In other words, this ship's already underwater, and throwing the chief engineer overboard won't make it float. Here's where it gets interesting. Andrew Marr, hardly a Conservative cheerleader, has essentially written Starmer's political obituary on LBC. Too many misjudgments. Too much authority lost. Too little direction. I really see no way back, he declared. When even Andrew Marr's calling it the endgame, you know the situation's absolutely dire. Now here's the kicker. Starmer was forced into yet another U-turn over his handling of the Mandelson row today, further shredding whatever authority he had left. So let's break down what this actually means for normal people. First, the immediate political impact is seismic. If Labour loses Gorton and Denton on February 26th, we're potentially looking at a leadership crisis within weeks. Second, the broader implications show a government that's not just unpopular but fundamentally incompetent at basic political management. You can't simultaneously claim to represent working people whilst appointing establishment figures nobody asked for and blocking popular local candidates. Third, the electoral consequences are mounting. Labour's already plummeting in polls, and losing a safe seat would trigger panic. So here's the deal. Starmer's got 3 weeks to turn around a by-election that's become a referendum on his entire premiership, whilst his own MPs sharpen the knives and veteran broadcasters write his political eulogy. The Mandelson scandal, as Neil pointed out, only reinforces what many voters think of our governing class, and that's absolutely poisonous going into this vote. Keep an eye on this. February 26th might be the date we look back on as the beginning of the end. Subscribe if you want tomorrow's inevitable drama delivered with the same energy, because trust me, this story is far from over.